Welcome to our in-depth analysis of MSP Recovery, Inc., ticker MSPR. In this video, we'll break down the latest trading action, technical indicators, and possible scenarios for this highly volatile stock. MSPR recently closed at 0.664, capping off a day with a remarkable 27.57% gain. But what does this mean for traders and investors? We'll explore the underlying trends, risk factors, and key levels to watch. Whether you're a seasoned trader or just curious about this stock's wild swings, this analysis will provide the insights you need to navigate MSPR's turbulent waters. MSPR's recent trading session was nothing short of dramatic, with the stock surging by over 27%. This kind of extreme volatility is rare and signals that something significant is happening beneath the surface. The risk thermometer analysis shows a beta of 1.43, meaning MSPR is much more volatile than the overall market. Risk-reward ratio stands at 1.89, suggesting that while the risks are high, the potential rewards could be attractive for those willing to brave the swings. However, the 52-week position at 1.34 highlights that the stock is still trading near its yearly lows, having fallen sharply from its 52-week high of $35. Despite the steep price decline, MSPR's technical score is a robust 80.5, indicating underlying technical strength. However, the ADX at 18.44 points to a weak trend, and the Arun down at 92 signals persistent downward pressure. Williams %R at -47.66 places the stock in neutral territory, neither overbought nor oversold. This combination of technical readings suggests that while there's potential for a sharp reversal, the lack of a strong trend direction means traders should remain cautious. The market is sending mixed signals, and it's crucial to interpret them carefully. When we look at price and volume dynamics, things get even more interesting. MSPR's last price is far below its VWAP at $2.86, a massive -76.78% deviation. This means recent buyers are sitting on significant losses. On balance volume, OBV, shows huge accumulation, but the ADOSC indicates intense distribution pressure. Volume acceleration is negative, yet the 20-day volume ratio is elevated, and overall volume growth is nearly 90%. These conflicting signals point to a possible volume trap, where high trading activity isn't translating into sustainable price gains. MSPR's moving averages paint a clearly bearish picture. The current price is below all major short-term and long-term SMAs and EMAs. For example, SMA 5 is at 0.464, SMA 10 at 0.651, and SMA 20 at 0.845, all above the current price. The long-term SMA 200 is at $8.51, reflecting the severity of the prior downtrend. EMAs and more sensitive indicators like TEMA and DEMA also confirm the bearish alignment. The MAMA indicator sitting below FAMA further supports the case for a persistent downtrend. Diving into technical indicators, we see mixed momentum signals. The MACD is slightly improving, with a histogram reading of 0.022, but remains negative overall. RSI at 41.13 and stochastic K at 29.61 both indicate oversold conditions, while CCI at -56.72 confirms bearish momentum. Volatility is extremely high, with ATR at 0.306 and NATR at 46.04. Hidden signals like MAMA below FAMA and TRIX at -3.61 suggest the downtrend could continue. Despite some hints of reversal, the overall technical landscape remains bearish. Linear regression analysis for MSPR reveals a strong negative trend. The slope is steeply negative at -0.071, and the R-squared value of 0.836 means the model explains most of the price movement. Interestingly, the current price is trading well above the predicted value, with a deviation of -443%. This suggests the stock is overbought relative to its regression mean, despite the overall downtrend. Such a large deviation could indicate a potential for mean reversion, where the price might move back toward the regression line. Looking ahead to the next trading session, MSPR is expected to open with continued high volatility. The last close at 0.664 and a pivot point at 0.709 provide key reference levels. With a 27.57% daily return and massive trading volume, the opening range is projected between 0.64 and 0.68. The MACD histogram shows slight improvement, but the overall technicals remain bearish. Traders should pay close attention to early morning volume patterns, as these will likely set the tone for the day's direction. Key price levels are crucial for understanding MSPR's potential moves. The stock currently trades at 0.664, with resistance 1 at 0.81, which is 22% above the current price. The pivot point at 0.709 acts as immediate resistance, while support 1 at 0.562 lies 15% below. The PSAR at 0.196 offers longer-term support. The wide gap between support and resistance, combined with high volatility, suggests the potential for large intraday swings. Failure at resistance could trigger a move towards support, while a breakout could open the door for further gains. Using the ATR 14 value of 0.306, we can project MSPR's potential intraday high and low. Starting from the last close at 0.664, the potential high is 0.97, and the potential low is 0.358. Resistance 1 at 0.81 falls within this range, while support 1 at 0.562 is above the projected low. The volatility breakout level at 0.811 suggests that if the price breaks out above this point, the range could expand even further. Traders should watch for price action near these extremes as possible reversal or breakout points. First possible scenario for MSPR is a bullish reversal. If the stock manages to break above resistance 1 at 0.81 with strong volume confirmation, it could target levels above $1. This scenario would be supported by the oversold technical indicators and the slight improvement in MACD. However, given the overall bearish alignment, such a move would require a significant shift in sentiment and sustained buying pressure. Second scenario is consolidation. Given the extreme volatility and weak trend strength, MSPR may enter a range-bound phase between 0.55 and 0.75. This would allow momentum indicators to reset and the market to digest recent moves. During this period, traders should watch for narrowing price swings and declining volume, which often precede a breakout in either direction. Third scenario is bearish continuation. If MSPR fails at the pivot point resistance, it could decline towards support 1 at 0.562 and potentially test the PSAR level at 0.196 if selling accelerates. The persistent downtrend in moving averages and negative linear regression slopes support this scenario. High volatility means that moves could be swift and sharp, so risk management is essential. MSPR's risk and reward profile is complex. The high beta of 1.43 signals above average volatility, while the risk-reward ratio of 1.89 suggests that the potential upside could outweigh the risks for aggressive traders. However, the proximity to 52-week lows and the persistent downtrend mean that caution is warranted. Traders should weigh the potential for sharp reversals against the risk of further declines. Key concern for MSPR is the potential for a volume trap. Despite massive trading activity, the price remains weak and below VWAP. This means that while many shares are changing hands, the buying pressure isn't strong enough to push the price higher. Such situations can lead to sharp reversals if sentiment shifts, but they can also result in prolonged declines if distribution continues to dominate. Several technical indicators point to oversold conditions for MSPR. The RSI at 41.13 and stochastic K below 30 are classic signs that the stock may be due for a bounce. However, oversold doesn't always mean an immediate reversal. Sometimes, stocks can remain oversold for extended periods, especially in strong downtrends. It's important to look for confirmation from other indicators or price action before making a move. With the current price trading far above the linear regression mean, there's a strong case for mean reversion. This is a common phenomenon where prices tend to move back toward their average over time. In MSPR's case, the extreme deviation from the regression line could mean that a correction is likely, especially if the broader downtrend persists. In MSPR's extreme volatility and conflicting signals, traders should consider a range of strategies. Momentum traders might look for breakouts above resistance with volume confirmation, while mean reversion traders could target pullbacks towards support. Risk management is crucial. Setting stop losses and position sizing appropriately can help protect against sudden swings. Monitoring early session volume and price action will be key to identifying the day's dominant trend. Summarize, MSPR is a stock defined by extreme volatility, conflicting technical signals, and significant trading activity. The potential for sharp reversals exists, but so does the risk of continued declines. Key levels to watch include the pivot point at 0.709, resistance 1 at 0.81, and support 1 at 0.562. A high technical score suggests underlying strength, but the persistent downtrend means traders should remain cautious and flexible in their approach. MSPR's technical complexity and volatility require traders to be extra vigilant. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of big moves, but risk management should always come first. Use technical levels as guides, not guarantees, and be prepared for rapid changes in direction. Remember, in highly volatile stocks, patience and discipline often make the difference between success and costly mistakes. Conclusion: MSP Recovery, Inc. offers both opportunity and risk in equal measure. The stock's recent surge, high volatility, and technical signals make it a fascinating case for analysis. Whether you're considering a trade or simply watching from the sidelines, staying informed and adaptable is essential. Keep an eye on the key levels and indicators discussed in this video as you navigate the ever-changing landscape of MSPR.